Hello, hello. Audible? Sure. Okay. So, feeling sleepy? Sure. Can't hear you. अभी भी नहीं. पक्का तो? Can we start? Okay. So let's begin. So today, let me start with myself first. So me being a part of few companies since last 6 years and developing Android applications, developing Android, contributing to the Android frameworks, Google Android frameworks, part of, okay, so yes, application creator, cloud integrator, and AOSP contributor. So I have given few patches also for the Google AOSP code, and I have been contributing since last 4 to 5 years in AOSP. So today we'll be going through what Android has brought up for Android 13. So first of all, how many of you heard about, I guess Ankit has already mentioned about and few creators have already mentioned about what Firebase is. So I won't go into the basics of Firebase. So I would like to make this session a bit interactive one and want you guys to interact as much as you can and ask questions, obviously, and you know the gifts or the swags. So how many of you are here for swags? Let's see some hands. कौन स्वैग्स के लिए आया यार? सच बताओ, सच, मेरे को सच सुनना है. बाकी जो हाथ नहीं, बाकी जिसने हाथ नहीं उठाया वो लोग को स्वैग्स नहीं चाहिए? वो लोग खाने के लिए आए? सच बताओ. How was the food? पक्का? And उसके बाद डेजर्ट? डिलीशियस. किसने 2 बार खाया डेजर्ट? हाथ आधे लोग हाथ नहीं उठा रहे. श्योर, मैंने ही 2 बार खाया. So yes, so let's begin. Today we'll start with Android Firebase and how the integration will happen, and basically how the integration happens with Firebase आप लोगों को पता है obviously, but today we'll be starting with what Android 13 has brought up with Firebase and what are the introduction, what are the things which came up with Android 13. Okay, so just a small एक round वापस. How many of you use Android 11? इतने सारे लोग. और थोड़े से महंगे वाले आईफोन वाले कौन है? टी शर्ट नहीं मिलेगी आईफोन वाले. अगर हाथ उठाओगे तो टी शर्ट नहीं मिलेगी. आईफोन, अब बताओ आईफोन वाले कौन है? वो बोले मेरे पास आईफोन है, मेरे को टी शर्ट नहीं चाहिए. So yes, so Android 11, Android 12. अरे इतने लोग के पास Android 12 है. Android 13, anyone? बीटा मोड में, डेवलपर्स मोड में. आप? अरे भाई कस्टम कोड, मतलब सब एक लोग आके रखे हैं यहाँ पर. ओके, Android 14 किसके पास है? Anyone with Android 14 ahead of Google? Yes, we'll beat Google today. हाँ, marshmallow? You should change 2 things. Okay, so let's begin. These would be the agenda. Okay, so yeah, so Firebase helps developers basically to succeed, making it easy to build and grow the apps which users love. Okay, so first of all, Firebase, we already know what Firebase is. I won't go into the basics again, and we know what are the utilizations of Firebase are and what are the things that you can use in Firebase. We already know those. But there are few things which have come up in Firebase, but we all don't know about it. But people are using them. Industry is using them. There are few applications. I will name them afterwards, but yeah, there are some applications which are there who are using new features of Firebase, which are not known to normal users or which are not known to developers till now, but has been introduced with Android 13. So I'll be focusing on those. I'll be showing few examples if only if the network is up and and you guys are up. So yeah, so basically we all know the basic or the complete development cycle, what the development cycle is all about. So it's been, when it comes to Android, it's about the core functionalities, deployment, and the most important thing is monitoring your application. ऐसा नहीं है ना कि ऐप बना के छोड़ देना है कि उसके बाद जो हो रहा है आपके साथ crashes आ रहे हैं तो आ रहे हैं, nothing. ठीक है? Right? You need to monitor the application, correct? You don't need to just, okay, ऐप बन गया यार, अब तो हम लोग पैसे कमाएंगे, correct? ऐसा तो नहीं है, ठीक है? You need to build the application, then you need to monitor the application also. It's not just building, it's deploying it and monitoring it as well. So yeah. So these are the normal brands, or you can say normal companies which use Firebase. And let's move on. Yeah, and these are the things which you can connect with Firebase. So you can see there are plenty of things. Flutter, Angular, you have already seen, and I'm sorry if it's not visible. Okay, Play Store and Snapchat. Okay. And there are plenty of things, and Android, obviously, core Android. So basically it helps you to accelerate your development and run the application, or run your application much in a faster way. Okay, Firebase helps you to do that, accelerate the development and run your application. So what do you mean by accelerate app development? So how many of you have a small idea regarding कि मेरे को ये application बनाना है, and you have just the idea in your mind? How many of you are there? Can I hear from any one of you? Anyone, sir? आपको swag मिला है? नहीं मिला है? सच बताओ. गीता पे हाथ रख. Okay. So can you have the mic? So what idea do you have? And do you want to share the idea with? कि चोरी कर लेगा, वो उसका भी आइडिया, वो चोरी कर लेगा आपका आइडिया, ऐसा कुछ है आपके माइंड में?
No, basically, if someone rather develops the app faster than me, it would do good.
You'll give money?
No, for mankind.
Swag?
The point
Okay.
is, my idea was, I work with a NGO, so I tried, I was trying developing an application for that NGO, which would be both with the, it would be a bit for donation, as well as not only donation, the person who are actually getting it, the way the funds are traveling, that transparency need to be there. Someone is donating is like, where am I donating? There are so many sites. Actually where it's getting. So I wanted to make that process transparent through my application. So that was one of my ideas.
Okay, nice. Anyone interested to develop the idea? See, यहाँ पर ये सब भी होता है, ठीक है? It's not just gathering information. It's about connecting people also. Okay, so yes, nice idea. Round of applause. Can we have a swag for him? यार ये लोग कैसे सोच रहे हैं ना बाकी? यार ये आइडिया बोल दिया, मैं भी आइडिया बोल देता, इसको भी, मेरे को भी शायद नहीं. Okay, so you have an idea and you think of developing that idea, and this is for everyone who is trying to develop anything, like in this era of startups and all those things. So you can use Firebase. So you just need to have an idea, and the rest of the thing you will all get in Firebase. So yeah. So the first important thing that we'll be learning today is Firebase Extensions. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay, So Firebase extension, what are Firebase extensions? Anyone, any developers who have used Firebase extensions out here? Okay, sir, anyone? Yeah. Swag मिला है? नहीं मिला है? ये झूठ बोल रहा है. पक्का झूठ बोल रहा है. Okay. So can you please give him a mic? Swag नहीं देना पहले mic देना है. वो swag लेकर आ रहा है पहले कि चलो swag दे दे. अरे mic दो पहले.
Sir, Algolia search.
हाँ?
Algolia search.
Okay, nice. Big round of applause for him. Sir, आपने? मैं swag नहीं दूंगा लेकिन आप बोल सकते हैं. अरे एक तो mic दे देना.
For mailing service, SMTP server, we can use an extension Firebase like mail transfer protocol (SMTP), like sending.
Which particular extension have you used?
Currently, I don't remember that. Like there is some extension for sending email.
There are many. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. A round of applause for him as well. Please give a swag to the person. And so Firebase extension are nothing but some predefined libraries which help you to which help you to create your product in a faster way rather than just going into developing the back end, then integrating with the front end and all those things, all those middleware things. The Firebase is something which helps you to, or the extension is something which help you to create those applications in a much faster way. Okay, so deploy the functionality of your application quickly. And there are predefined packages, as I already told, or pre-packaged solutions. For one of them has told that there is a functionality of sending messages. There is a functionality of payment. So there is a functionality of Google Pay. How many of you have used Google Pay? No. How many of you have not used Google Pay? Marshmallow है phone. सच बताना. iOS 15 फिर भी यूज नहीं किया है, कोई बात नहीं. Okay, so yes, you can use. There are plenty of libraries or pre-packaged solutions which comes with Firebase extensions. And when you are using Firebase extensions, that means you don't need to worry about all your backend codes and etc. And there are many things that you need to think of while developing a particular application. So Firebase extension help you to do that and performs a specific task or the set of tasks which is responsible for doing all your HTTP things and all your HTTPS requests. And there are cloud schedulers as well, events which are there. So it's not that you need to use the pre-packaged solution. So I'm not telling that you need to use the pre-packaged solution as it is, but you can use your own code as well. You can customize those packages as well. So for customizing those packages, you have your extension events. Okay, so there are extension events which help you to customize your code, or which helps you to customize the solution of your applications, and all those things are there. So you don't need to worry about if it is my solution, why I am using any other package. Okay, so it's like you need to just take that package, customize it, and use it for your own solution. Okay, so don't need to worry about कि extension use कर रहे हैं तो क्या होगा, why are we using the pre-packaged solution. Don't need to use that. Just use your extension events. And if you are using extension events, that means you can customize those code like whatever you want. So I'll take an example. So I guess everything, if you are understanding or not, I'm not sure, but is it okay? सबको समझ में आ रहा है what I'm telling? Is the language okay? English, Hindi? Do you want me to speak in any other language? French? Bangla? Bangla तो बोलते पारी, but okay. So is the language okay? English, Hindi? I keep on switching languages. That's why. Okay? नहीं यार सो रहे सब यार. अभी भी सो रहे. अभी भी सो रहे. Nice. Okay. So let's continue. Okay. Extension events that I told you. So I'll take one example, small example of let's take an e-commerce application. Okay. Let's take an e-commerce application. There's one e-commerce application which you need to develop. ठीक है? Okay. आया ना? हाँ, are you with me? Sure. Okay, there is one e-commerce application which is, how many of you have some idea regarding e-commerce application? Amazon को beat करने चले हैं सबके सब. Okay, so there's an e-commerce application which you want to develop, which will which sells, let's say, pillows. Okay, खाली pillows बनाता है, pillows ही बेचते हैं. So what do you want? There's a subscription model. There's a subscription model that your application have or you want to have in your application. After the subscription model, you want to क्या करना है? Obviously पैसा देना है, पेमेंट करना होगा कि ऐसे फ्री में दे दोगे पिलोस? नहीं दोगे, right? You need to do some payment stuff, and after that you want your user to stay with you, correct? That's the most important part. The user should stay. Amazon के user Flipkart से भी खरीदते हैं. कौन ये मतलब ऐसा करता है? Amazon से भी खरीदता है, Flipkart से भी खरीदता है. कोई भी लॉयल नहीं है यहाँ पर, कोई भी लॉयल नहीं है यहाँ पर. लॉयल टू फ्लिपकार्ट. Amazon से खरीदा है? बस बहुत कम नहीं होना चाहिए. Okay, so yes, you want your customers to retain, correct? So इसके लिए you need to completely back end support होना चाहिए and all those things होना चाहिए कि एक user unsubscribe कर रहा है should come again. हाँ सॉरी, डिस्काउंट कूपन से वापस आ जाते हैं. ओके, मेरा लगता ही नहीं है डिस्काउंट. ठीक है, स्विगी में लगाता हूँ, जोमेटो 50-50 नहीं लगता. ओके, so there should some, you want your customers to retain, right? You don't want your customers to leave you. You don't want your customers to go back again and find pillows on some different websites or from Amazon, correct? So everyone wants that. Even Amazon also wants that. Even Flipkart also wants that. You want to customize your solution, correct? You don't want the entire solution. So let's say you are taking one example of, okay, so here is an extension example. So you can say there's a payment for Stripe. There's a payment mechanism and there's a library or pre-packaged from Stripe. I guess if you have heard about the Stripe, I'm not sure about it, but Stripe is something which provides you payment methods and payment APIs which you can integrate with your application, and you can do all sorts of payment. But Stripe does not allow you to customize the solution, or if you are using it directly without the Firebase package. Okay, but in terms of Firebase package, it's just easy for setting up your Firebase Stripe mechanism. It's just you need to set the billing, which is very important, and uske baad I use the free ones. But yeah, for using extensions, you need to add your cards and all those things. After that, you need to review the APIs and access. You need to grant the access and all those things. The configuration would be successful. So all these things. After that, there would be one API key which would be generated, and you need to use that API key inside your application so that the communication happens easily. Okay, but what about the customization part? What about the extension events that I was talking about? Okay, there are extension events as well, which I've already told you. Hi Anna, Pakka? All with me? Yes. Extension events? Pakka? Okay, so there are extension events which are available. So I need to change those extension events. I need to email my users who are leaving me. Right? I need to email my users who are leaving me. You can do that much, correct? You can do that much. You can ask your users to retain via an email, via sweet email, कि बाप रुक जाओ, please रुक जाओ, ठीक है? मत unsubscribe करो, ठीक है? Netflix नहीं कर, Netflix का mail आया किसी को? When you unsubscribe? आया यार, आता है, मेरे को आता है, मैं कर देता हूँ unsubscribe. Okay. So yeah, you can use all those things. You can customize all those things using that. Okay, there is a payment method from Google Pay. Google Pay हमने use किया एक को छोड़ के. गूगल पे यूज किया है सबने, so there is a payment method from Google Pay you can use, and there are different APIs which are available from Snapchat. How many of you use Snapchat over here? कोई हाथ नहीं उठा रहा, मेरे को पता है. सबका फोन चेक करने बोलूंगा ना अभी अभी स्नैपचैट का देखो स्ट्रीक्स. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव सेंड यूज स्नैपचैट? सच बताओ एकदम, कोई कुछ नहीं बोलेगा. चलो मैं नहीं कर रहा हूं. देखो हाथ आस्ते आस्ते हाथ बढ़ रहे हैं. वेरी गुड, आस्ते आस्ते हाथ बढ़ रहे हैं नीचे से. कोई किसी ने दोस्त ने हाथ उठा दिया, सर ये यूज करता. ओके, सो देयर आर Snapchat login APIs available, so you can directly use that and you can directly snap. ठीक है, डायरेक्टली स्नैप कर दो कि यार ये मेरे को अच्छा लग रहा है, मेरे को पिलोज अच्छे लग रहे हैं, so please people who want to refer or people who want to use them, please use it. Okay, there are Steam APIs, Revenue Cat, TypeSense from Amazon, and there are plenty more. Extension emulators. This is also been added and it's in the beta mode as of now. Extension emulators are something which helps you to emulate whatever extensions you are using. So if it is a Google Payment API that you are using, this helps you to imitate or this helps you to emulate that API on your test environment. Firebase hosting. So there is something called Firebase hosting which has been introduced in Android 13. So you guys, I won't go into much details, but you guys use Angular or any front-end languages which you use for your development of your website. So Firebase helps you to host this as well. So yeah, so if you go with the normal development or deploy, so how you do deploy it? So it's normal Firebase hosting channel deploy preview. This helps you to preview your deployment. I'm not going into the entire application or example, but you can use that. So if you are using your normal deploy, like Ankit also showed, this is how you need to deploy it. Okay, how many of you are Flutter developers? Flutter. यार बहुत कम हाथ है यार Flutter developers के लिए. Come on यार, it's growing technology, you should contribute. How many? यार Flutter developer. What do you like in Flutter? Why would you use Flutter or anything? आपको swag मिला है? मिला है तो बैठो. Swag वाले जो नहीं है जिसको swag मिला है वो उसको मिला है. वो जैसे हाथ उठाया ना मेरे को पता है वो मिला है. Anyone from this side जो कि सो रहे हैं? Yes sir. अरे यार इस साइड को भी तो स्वैग मिलना चाहिए, उस साइड ही स्वैग मिलेगा खाली क्या? अच्छा, you can share your swag with them. आधा शर्ट फाड़ देना.
Okay, so I like the pre-built widgets which are in Flutter, so like I can use the widgets. That's what I like in Flutter.
You like that? Okay.
Yeah, the pre-made widgets.
Anything which makes it different from the normal native Android?
Like the pre-designed, the design pattern of Flutter, which makes it different from the native Android. I personally like the design aspect of Flutter more. Like than the
वहाँ से वो लोग बोल रहे हैं पता है क्या?
क्या?
बोल रहे यार ये कुछ भी बोल रहा है, मेरे पास better answer है. I want this. Okay. So nice. Can we have a swag for him? Thank you everyone. Round of applause for him यार. तुम लोग बोलना पड़ेगा क्या ताली? This side, backbenchers. Round of applause guys. सब सो रहे. ज़्यादा खा लिया था लग रहा है. Okay, so yes, we have extension or we have different APIs available for Flutter as well. So if you go through this is what you use Crashlytics. पहले before this you need some extra codes or you need to add for adding Crashlytics you need to use something it was platform specific. For Android you need to add it again. For iOS you need to add again. But as of now Flutter or as of now Firebase has been developed this package which would Crashlytics package for Flutter, which helps you to just use this normal await Firebase.initialize app and helps you to use as easy as you use in your native applications. Okay? So you don't need to use platform specific code, it's just what you need to do. Okay. AppCheck. What's an AppCheck? Anyone? There's nothing. So it's in beta. So I won't. Yes. आपको swag मिला है? नहीं मिला है? उसको देके तो नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. दे बोलो बोलो बोलो. What's an AppCheck? Anyone?
Basically, yeah, basically it's like a safety net. So it checks whether it is coming from a proper source or not, and it can detect bot, login, and all those things.
Okay, nice. Round of applause for him, guys. Okay, so AppCheck is nothing but helps you to check the sources from where the input or from where the source is coming from, whether the source sahi hai ke nahi, correct? So that's what AppCheck is all about. So you can say that it's a safeguard mechanism, saves your data and connect the various APIs, and there are many things which are, and avoid risk, obviously. That's the most important part. It helps you to avoid the risk as possible. So AppCheck protects your API by attesting its incoming traffic. That's the most important thing, and used with Firebase Cloud and not only Firebase Cloud, but the APIs which you are using externally, or third-party APIs that are in there also you can use AppCheck. Okay, it's not like that कि खाली Firebase के लिए है, नहीं. You can use AppCheck in any of your third-party APIs as well, any of your incoming third-party APIs as well. Am I audible, सब लोग? हाँ या ना? Okay.
Users use your app, lots is happening under the hood. For example, this game is saving all its game state to Cloud Firestore. This app is using the Google Maps API to help someone navigate home. And this app is calling APIs on its own server. All those services on the internet waiting for any request that comes in. But that means it's also possible for someone who's not using your app to try to make requests to those backends. How can we prevent people who are not using your legitimate app from accessing your backend services? After all, usage costs money, and no one wants to pay for illegitimate usage. This is where AppCheck comes in. AppCheck will block traffic that comes from sources other than your app. If you have security rules, AppCheck blocks the traffic before it even gets to your security rules. To use AppCheck, all you have to do is register your app in the Firebase console, and then start enforcing the traffic that doesn't pass.
Okay. So that's what AppCheck was all about. मैंने जानबूझ के पूरा वीडियो नहीं चलाया because of time and all those things. So I guess the AppCheck part is clear. You can use AppCheck in any of your normal Firebase API and your external APIs as well. So anything which you are connecting with your servers, or anything which you are connecting with your application, you can use AppCheck with that. So yes. The most important part which is coming up is app distribution. App distribution is nothing but which helps you to distribute your pre-release version to your trusted testers. Okay, so ऐसा बहुत बार हुआ है, I guess सबके साथ होता है. If you are testing a particular app, so sometimes it happens that you test your old versions, ठीक है, and you fight with the developer कि नहीं यार development में तो यार feature आया ही नहीं है. Correct हुआ है, right? बहुत बार हुआ है. The people who are from the field of IT or something, they must have faced this. Ki your testers, or if you are a developer, then your tester is sometimes testing your older version of your application, and it happens, correct? Because sometimes they don't see the versions, and all those things happens, and they test the older versions of the application. Okay. So for that, there is something called app distribution which comes in, and your application would help you to, or the normal Firebase would help you to take the distribution, or take the app distribution in a better way. Okay, give me 10 minutes. 2 minutes. यार ये लोग बोल रहे हैं जल्दी खत्म करना. Okay, this notify the testers for the new versions कि जैसे ही नया वर्जन आया बता दिया कि सर टेस्ट कर लो, प्लीज पुराना वर्जन टेस्ट मत करना. Okay, performance monitoring is also a new alert which helps you to define मेरे पास एक application था which I need to show, but कोई नहीं. So Firebase monitoring, performance monitoring helps you to collect and organize the app performance metrics, obviously, and helps you to identify what bugs are there and helps you to monitor the application. Because in the starting of the session, I have already told that just deploying is not done. You need to monitor the application as well, right? है ना? जोर से? Okay. Okay, so I'll just go into the Crashlytics part, which is the most important part. Crashlytics, anyone have used Crashlytics out there? कितनों ने use किया है? Students? Crashlytics, anyone? तीन ही हाथ दिख रहे हैं, मेरे, उसके और उसके. Anyone Crashlytics? फिर बोलोगे swag नहीं मिला. Anyone Crashlytics? Okay. So Crashlytics, I guess everyone have used, or most of you have used, regarding capturing the bugs or from your environment, different environment. That can be your normal environment, that can be a test environment, or that can be a production environment. You use Crashlytics. Okay. Okay. So helps to discover and investigate Crashlytics. So there is something called app insights. Okay, sometimes it happens that you have pushed the application to production. Okay, you have pushed the application to production. उसके बाद crashes आए जा रहे हैं, ठीक है? But what you need to do, you need to log in every time and check whether log in every time to the console and check whether my crashes are coming or not, and there which is a process, correct? है ना? You need to log into the Firebase Crashlytics and check your crashes. But what Google has brought up is that with this new version of Android Studio, there is a feature called App Insights. App Insights is something which helps you to fetch your crashes on runtime. Okay, you can fetch your runtime crashes. You don't need to go to your Firebase console every time and check what crashes have come in. Okay, so directly you can use this App Insight functionality and check what and where the crashes is all about. You just don't need to. हम लोग क्या करते हैं? Firebase console खोलते हैं. Firebase console खोलने के बाद what we do is उस line number पे error आ रहा है, and we used to go again to the Android Studio with the latest version if you have. Otherwise देखिए पुराने version पे ही आप खोज रहे हैं and you are completely messed up. So yes, you need to check that. So with that, there is a feature called App Insights where you will get the runtime monitoring facility of checking your app crashes. Okay, that's the most important thing, and this is the very important release that Google has made in Firebase this time. Okay, so in the console, we have added different things, like there's a functionality called track. So track is nothing but you can say that you can track all your different versions of the application. Say like there's a version called 1.5. 1.5 is for test version also. 1.5 is for normal production version also. Correct? If there's something mismatch like that or something happening, at that point of time, you can use all your crashes and you can see and you can just filter out all your development and all your production environment and check what crashes are coming in what versions of your application. So that is also an important feature. So this is called track. So it filter crash repos based on your play tracks. So what is your play track? That is if you are checking in your test environment, if the testers are using test environment to check your crashes, so they'll be going into the test report for or they'll be going into the test environment in the Crashlytics for your crashes. And after that, there's a play track over here. You can use those and get your filters or get your crashes, get the filters in the crashes. Okay, so that's it. I guess you have known regarding what Firebase is all about. This has already been shared with you in different sessions. I have not got into the entire thing what Firebase would help you, but these are the new things which come up in Android 13 and which will help you to enhance the performance of your application, use the application in a better way, and help you to monitor your application. So as I told you in the beginning of the session, that just uploading the application to the Play Store, uploading the app bundle or the APK to the Play Store does not help it, but you need to monitor the application as well. So that monitoring functionalities are more enhanced in terms of Android 13, and you will be getting all those features which are new, and you'll be getting, and you can utilize all those features as a developer. So today we have learned, after the session, if you will go out, you'll learn about extensions. Am I correct? क्या क्या सीखा? Extensions, Crashlytics, AppCheck, or anyone from this side? Extensions, Snapchat के बारे में नहीं सीखा? Okay, so yeah, that's it. Thank you everyone. So for any questions, if you have any questions regarding, I can take questions, one or two. Two questions. हाँ दे रहे ऐसे ऐसा.
हेलो ऋषभ भैया, तो मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि आपने पूछा था ना कि फ्लटर का जो फीचर्स अच्छा लगता है कौन सा, तो ये हो सकता है क्या हमने कोई वेबसाइट को ऐप में कन्वर्ट किया, ये क्या हो सकता है फ्लटर का कुछ?
हो सकता है,
तो ऐसा मैंने किया है, तो कॉलेज का वेबसाइट वो रेस्पॉन्सिव था, तो उसको मैंने ऐप में कन्वर्ट किया फ्लटर की मदद से, तो वही जस्ट.
Okay, nice.
थैंक यू.
Anyone else?
Hello. Yeah, I'm Subranil. Actually, I need to ask that as you mentioned about AppCheck. So even there is AppCheck, so why we can download other apps from the Google Chrome or any other browsers, which sets viruses in our mobile phones or a lot of things?
So they might not have been using AppCheck. So it's like you can use or you can download, but what happens is that there are some features which Google allows you to use that, and even if it is using AppCheck or not, but you cannot allow or you cannot block everything. But yes, there are something which Google has implemented, and it is in beta. So it's not yet in the final stage, or it's not yet in the production stage as well. But yes, the thing which you are telling is that Google has started blocking few things, and that's dependent on the network as well. But yes, Google has been trying to implement that, but it's not yet in production. But yeah, it will be coming soon.
Okay, thank you.
Swag for him, please. Ek swag. Thank you.
Actually, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Questions ke liye?
It's on. Okay. Yeah. Actually, my question is, which one is best, MongoDB or Firebase?
Anyone would like to answer that? उसको swag चाहिए इसलिए वो हाथ उठाकर.
Actually, I have what both of you, but now I'm SAP developer in TCS. But
Okay.
according to you, what is best?
According to me, Firebase would give me a better stability. I won't say that MongoDB does not, but there are some extra features which Firebase have. There are features which are still coming in, and there are features which would help you to create your entire application like dynamic, getting it in the runtime data, whether it is a Firestore or whether it is something else, you can use that.
But nowadays, most startups use MongoDB compared to Firebase.
I'm not telling, and those are not, you cannot compare both things. There is no comparison between the two, but it's about the features and about the things that you need to develop. So it's about the features in the applications that you need to cater to, and you need to develop. So if you see that some features are there which are there in Firebase, and you need to use that, so you can use Firebase instead of MongoDB. Or if you see that there are the features which are catering my project, or I like to add it in my product or something like that, you can use MongoDB for that.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.